Welcome to the Behind the Girl Boss podcast, where every woman's journey takes center stage. Join us in this safe space as we explore the ins and outs of business, career, mental health, the music industry, and more. Whether you're a go-getter or a dream chaser, we've got stories for you. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for an exclusive backstage pass. Get ready to be inspired, empowered, and entertained. Welcome to the ride. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome to the podcast. We have another guest with us and today we have Kai. So hi.
Oh my gosh. Hello, Queen. My queen. Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. So as some people may not know, we're actually friends because of Twitter and mainly Maggie Lindemann. Um,
My other queen. Love her.
literally. But do you want to start off by telling us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do?
Yes. My name is KYIEMA, but my friends call me Kai. I was born in Oakland. I moved around a ton, so I'm literally from almost anywhere. But as of recently, the longest I've ever been was like in the IE, kind of like LA area. So I will say I'm from the IE. I will claim it. I don't know if it counts, but I've been here for over 5 years. I feel like after 5 years, you can claim it. So
Yeah.
I'm claiming it. I've danced a lot in my life for like a long time. I did dance competitively, cheer competitively. I never did music, although I am a music enthusiast. I have been since I don't even know how long. I've always loved music. And I just started making music probably like, what, like a year and a half ago. So I'm still pretty new at this. Still finding my way, but it's pretty fun. I like it.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
I
Mm.
love that. When did you kind of like get the idea to kind of start doing music for yourself? And when did you know that you can actually like sing and like sound good?
Mm. Well, I feel like I don't know. I listened a lot when I was like younger to Ariana Grande. That's like
Mm-hmm.
mother actually right there. So, it's kind of like how when she was like in an interview, she said, "Oh, like I used to sing Mariah Carey, and that's how I kind of like found my way and I trained it, and that's like me, but with her." So I love Ariana Grande. I will give that woman so many props. I never really considered making music for myself until literally like when I met my boyfriend, kind of, because
Mm-hmm.
he makes music and he made music first, like, and I kind of started by like slowly helping him and like I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, why don't you write this? Or like you could put that in there. Like I'm an English major, so writing is kind of like my thing. Like I
Yeah.
like writing. It's super fun. But not a lot of people like doing that. I do like doing that. So like I would like to help writing people a lot. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of how I started. And then he like helped me one day like make a beat or something, or like he showed me how I could like make really easy beats with like loops. And so I made like a loop and then I like wrote something that day and I'm gonna tell you right now, I remember it. It was terrible. Super bad. Really bad. But that's how it starts,
Yeah.
as I've been told. That's how it starts. Pretty bad. They're both nodding right now. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But my boyfriend liked it and he was like crying and stuff. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, you're so talented. Like you should really consider making music." And I was like, "What you crying for? Like, is it that good? Like, I guess I'll try
We
it, you know?"
love a supportive boyfriend.
I know. He literally loves everything I do, even if I don't like it. I'm like, "Why do you like this? This is not good." And he's like, "It's good because you made it." And I'm like,
Love
"Thank
that.
you." But yeah, honestly, I didn't think that it was as serious as it was until I made You Must Really Like Me. And that's like one of my oldest songs that I've made. I
Mm-hmm.
think Palms is the oldest song, but You Must Really Like Me was the first song I kind of started on my own. I wrote it on my own. I recorded it on my own. It was super rough. The demo is terrible again, but I was really, really proud of that song. And I was like, no matter like where it goes, like I just need this to come out somewhere. Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody has to hear it. I need somebody to tell me it's good because I know it's good. So
Yeah.
somebody has to tell me it's good. So that's when I brought it to Santi, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Literally, he's literally a music magician. He makes me sound like incredible. I don't know how he does it. He's literally like magic. But yeah, I took it to Santi and with Henry, and we all three kind of worked on it, and it sounded really, really good. So I think from that point is really when it started getting a little serious. Before that, it was
Yeah.
kind of like I made something. It was probably bad, so I kind of just shelved it, but that was like really the moment right there where I kind of took it seriously.
Yeah. And who would you say are some of like your musical inspirations other than like Ariana?
I would say based off of the EP, I use pretty specific inspirations. I use Coco and Claire Claire. I don't know if you know them. They're
I feel like I've heard of them before.
Yes, you gotta listen. They're so great. Literally, Monster High is like I wanted a Coco Claire Claire song, and Santi like made that happen. Like I
Hmm.
don't know if I can cuss on here. Can I cuss on
Yeah,
here or
you
not?
can.
Oof, girl, I was holding it in the whole
No, you can. I
time.
literally
Okay.
try not to as well as much because like every second word I say is a swear word, but go off.
It's because sometimes the sentence it just couldn't flow. I was like, what am I supposed to say? But yeah, Coco and Claire Claire for Monster High, I'd say for sure, for sure. I'm super, super inspired as of recently with like the newer stuff I'm doing by Raven Lene. I also really
Yes.
love Raven Lene. She's so talented. Sabrina Claudio, I don't know if you know her
Yeah.
either. Literally gorgeous. I think one year I saw her like 5 times
Oh
live.
my
I
God.
literally
I've
could
never seen
not.
her live, but her voice is just beautiful.
Yeah, she's literally incredible. She's super nice too, and she's like really inspiring, like as an artist. Yeah, I think those are like the main inspirations, other than obviously like Ariana too in there with this project in particular. But I get inspired by any kind of music, any person. Honestly, if somebody really looks like they're enjoying what they're doing musically, like it inspires me.
Yeah. No, I love that. And what would you say has been the most challenging part so far of like your music journey?
Personally, I feel like it was pretty hard to be taken seriously. Some points I really felt like I just have a lot of potential and I just
Hmm.
really wanted somebody to see it really soon. And I think that's probably just because I'm super eager and super forward and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, listen, listen, listen. But I guess it was just like feeling like that partially and then two, making it personal because I don't really like to really talk about my feelings too much other than like
Yeah.
to my boyfriend or like my sister or like my mom. Like
Yeah.
very little people know about like stuff that actually goes on in my life. And so I feel like putting it into words and I don't know, something about like putting it into a song, it makes it like real because like it exists now
Hmm.
and other people can listen to it. So I think the vulnerability of like really getting emotional is like scary, very
Yeah.
scary. But sometimes it actually comes out very, very well.
Yeah.
Too well to where you can't even listen to it anymore, like my title track. Very real.
I love that. No, I totally get it. I feel like it's hard to like be open and then like pouring your feelings and emotions into a song and like not even knowing at the end of the day who's going to be listening to it. How did you kind of get over that leap knowing that like your friends can listen to it, people from around the world could listen to it and like really know more about you and your story?
I don't know. I guess I slowly was like, first I would let my boyfriend hear it because then I'd be like, oh, if he likes it, then like I'll take it to the next person. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then I take it to Santi, and then if he's feeling, I'm like, okay, we record it. And then I think the first person that I took it to outside of like my immediate circle, which is
Yeah.
just two, I took it to one of my friends. His name's Carter, and he honestly, every time I make a new song, like I'll send him a snippet or something, and just his reaction, because sometimes he listens or he listened to my EP. I actually showed it to him first. He was the first person that heard it in full. And when he was done, he was like, "Oof, girl, are you okay? Like, who's this about?" And I'm just like, "Brother, what?" Like, I'm not gonna talk about that at a certain point, but yeah, it was just honestly really surreal. I didn't really think it would get to a point where I always told myself it wouldn't feel real until like I saw it on streaming and other people were listening
Hmm.
to it. And we had like a little listening party for it, and my mom was there and my sister was there, and I feel like that was just different because they heard a side of me that I didn't really express to other people. Like I never really told people a lot of the problems that I talk about on that project. And so when they heard it for the first time, they were like, "Ooh, like, girl, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Like, are you okay? Are you good?" Or they'll be like, "Oh, like she's got this." Like, I don't know. It's still a very surreal thing. I'm still processing it as I'm literally working through it and working on more. But I don't know. I like it. I like it. It's really uncomfortable, but it's a good uncomfortable. It pushes me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, for sure. And how would you kind of describe like your creative process from like the beginning of a song to like when you know it's done?
Well, I always write first.
Hmm.
Writing is really fun to me. I like being playful with my words. I like using metaphors. I don't know, it's just like something that I know I don't really fail too easily at, like, especially because when I'm writing a song, I don't just write it once, I write it like 6 or 7 times until I find that it's perfect. And I'll know it's done when I like memorize it from like top to bottom. And I'm like, I can sing through it in the shower before I even went to go record it at the studio. I'm like, oh yeah, this right here is done.
Yeah.
Some other songs, I'm like, if it doesn't really click after like the third time of writing it, then I'll probably just like put it down for a little while, start something new. I try not to stress too much if a
Hmm.
song doesn't really work out like instantly because
Yeah.
I'm always writing so many different things. Like my notes app looks crazy. Like the folders, I can't even keep track honestly at this point because I'm always throughout the day just like writing random little things that I can put into a song later. With that being said, I usually start with like a little demo, like a little loop. I make like a pretty rough demo, I guess, like a
Yeah.
structure of a song, and then when I have it and I'm like, okay, the writing seems good enough, like I'd want to record this, that's when I take it to Santi and then he does the magic and he makes it sound 10 times better than I went in there with the song with. I leave with like a banger, #1 Billboard banger right there.
Well, yes.
It's crazy. Like it's literally insane. I have to give so much credit, but yeah, I think the only time my writing process has ever been not usual was when I wrote my title track. It was like really not intended. I had like a title for the EP,
Yeah.
but I didn't have a title track and I kind of liked it that way. I was like, ooh, it's like mysterious, you know what I mean? Like no title track, no nothing. And
Yeah.
I went in to like record Cocoa and it just wasn't hitting for me. Like I just couldn't do it. I was really sad about like other stuff that was going on in my life. And I felt really overwhelmed and I just wrote something like on my phone first. I wrote it on my phone first and I just asked Santi, I was like, "Can you just make like a sad beat? Just make something sad." And he's like, "Well, I need to hear what you have." And I was like, I don't want to say it, but can you make it?" And he trusted me and he made it and then I recorded it in like one take. And that was like the first time I wrote something, just like writing it and then he made something to kind of accommodate what I wrote. I kind of like that process actually. It was super, super vulnerable. Super,
Hmm.
super vulnerable. Like, don't get me wrong, like the room was quiet when the song was done. And I was like, guys, I'm done recording. Like, are you good? And they were like, give me a second. Like, I have to process this. But I think that's the only time my writing's ever been off. It's usually I write first to like a little beat that I made and then I take it up higher. And then that's when it gets all the like bells and whistles and the glamour and the girliness of
Yes. I think
when
that goes to show too that like the people that you're working with right now really get you and like understand you. And I think that's important. How did you find Santi to like work with?
So again, Santi worked with my boyfriend. Literally, my boyfriend is like, I hate to be like my boyfriend, my boyfriend, my boyfriend. I hate to be one of those girls. I promise you, I'm literally not, but I would absolutely not even have this outlet or this opportunity if he didn't put me in that situation. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like he saw the potential and he's kind of the first person that was like, guys, you need to pay attention to her. Like, look at her, like
Yeah.
work with her, like do something with her. You know what I mean? Is he was really advocating for me a lot. He still does, like all the time. He's like literally my #1 supporter, my
Yeah,
number
I
one.
see him on all your stuff and everything.
Yes, girl, he is working overtime on me, but I really love and appreciate him for that. So he kind of put me in the hands of Santi. It was like at first I think I would just go to sessions with him and I would just kind of sit there and I would
Hmm.
just like observe how it goes down. And then like when we get in the car, I'd be like, "Oh, why don't you write this? Why don't you just?" He's like, "Oh, well, when we're there, why don't you tell us when we're there? Like we could use extra help. Like it's okay." And I don't know. I didn't feel qualified at first. I still don't feel that qualified, but I feel like now with like the progression of us working together, we're all like really good friends.
Yeah,
Like there's like a little trio. It's literally like the water signs. We call ourselves the water signs because I'm a
I love
Scorpio.
that.
He's a Pisces and then he's a Cancer. Like we're literally all the water signs. So
Hmm.
like guys, we get each other. Like we can do this. We can work through this. So
Yeah.
I think because we are really good friends now, like it just like meshes super well.
Yeah, for sure. And talking about your EP, Hold Me Softly, what kind of inspired the name?
I got the name at first because in Palms, when Santi goes, hold me, but hold me close. I literally got the title from that because I was like, oh my gosh, like that's so sweet. Like, oh my God, imagine somebody's like, oh, hold me, but hold me close. And I'm like, oh my God, hold me softly. Like, that's so cute. That's so cuddly. I think I had a different name at first because I had like a whole different project. I was like quote
Hmm.
unquote project that I did. It was like another 8 tracks that I had fully written to and I was like ready to like record and put out.
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't because those songs were not good. The only songs that survived were You Must Really Like Me and Palms. Those are the only two songs that I like carried over to this one.
Hmm.
But I don't know, I think the title's really cute. I think it's really dainty, really girly, really like cutesy. I'm super girly. You know me in person. I'm
Yeah.
really like super girly. It's kind of like a lot, but I just wanted to really, instead of shying away from my girliness, which I feel like I've done a lot growing up, I always thought being girly was like a negative thing. I never liked being
Hmm.
called girly. And so I think I kind of just embraced it and I'm fully going for it. I'm like, I'll do as much pink as I want. I'll do as much girliness as I want. I'll do as much, like, I'll be sensitive. I'll be all this because I am. I'm a super sensitive
Yeah.
person. I'm super, like, I like to be gentle. I like people to approach me very gentle, and so I've always been like that literally my whole life. And instead of weaponizing it, I think I wanted it to be something that I can be proud of.
Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of it now. I can say that this definitely helped me be more proud of it.
Yeah. No, I love that. And I can also kind of see that, like, for when I met you a few years ago, the transition to like, I think you're really showing it more. Like, even with like all the pink, I was like, oh, like I don't know you that well. Like, I'm not one of your like inner circle friends or whatever. But I was like, oh, like that's different from what I thought because of how you used to like portray yourself, I guess, or like even because the Maggie like fandom and stuff is very like
Yeah,
dark and stuff.
yeah.
So
I
that's just
really
like,
tried to fit in, girl.
yes.
I did. I think that too. I kind of just, it was like the first time I found like an outside online like
Hmm.
community that I could be a part of, and I really wanted to fit how everyone else looked, but honestly, I still love Maggie just as much as I did
Yeah.
before. Like, I still support her. I support the community. I really do like appreciate all the people it's brought me like into my life, you know what I mean? And I feel like me being super girly, dressing in pink, listening to like this alternative artist is like low key cool. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. Like I think the look now it doesn't really like matter as much. It did matter, definitely. Like a couple years ago when you met me, you would never catch me wearing anything but like Swigs, and that's it.
Hmm.
Literally, that's it. Like,
Like even like the pictures for like your shoot and stuff, like you look genuinely like happy and like that's where you're supposed to be. And I think like you can tell.
yeah, I really liked that shoot. That day was really nice. It was super nice to just be in all pink, and then two with my photographer Monica, love her, and her assistant Isabel, both of them. Shout out to them. I love them literally so much. I will work with them as long as I can because literally, her work is like amazing. And not only is like her work amazing, but she made me feel really comfortable like expressing myself that way. And like anytime I came out of the dressing room with like a new pink dress or like all pink on, she was like, "Oh my God, you're so pretty. You're like a princess. Like this is so gorgeous." And I felt like I looked stupid because I was wearing so much pink, but she was like, "No, like this is gorgeous. Like I love it." So
Hmm.
I really do appreciate her too for really helping out.
Yeah, I love that. And if someone hasn't listened to your EP yet, what do you want them to like walk away feeling like after they're done listening?
If somebody hasn't listened to my EP before, I really hope that they could just find themselves in at least one song because I feel like going through and writing that project, a lot of what I was feeling was universal. And I really felt like it was really like a solo feeling, but a lot of people go through the same thing that I went through and they feel the
Hmm.
same way I do about themselves. And so I don't know. Even now I get messages too from people and they just tell me like, "Oh, like I feel really confident and like when I listen to your music and I really like how it makes me feel and like I don't know, it's just super inspiring to like have people message me and say that they can relate to the terribleness that I felt for like a while, but you
Yeah.
know, we all get through it. So I'd want somebody to listen to it, feel good about themselves. The first three tracks are literally so upbeat, like you cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong. So I'd say feel yourself, feel pretty, feel whatever makes you feel like, you know, great about yourself. However that is, however you want to express that before you get into the realness. So the
Hmm. Would
yeah.
you say you have a favorite track?
I would say, well, my favorites now aren't aren't out yet. I don't know if I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that they're not out yet, but from the ones that are out, my favorite is probably gonna be Monster High. I love
Hmm.
everything about Monster High. I love Belandra. She's literally like queen. She also super inspiring. I'll add that into Belandra. If anybody hasn't listened to Belandra, she is also like she's like an independent artist, I'm pretty sure. She's extremely talented. Literally got back to me in like a day with a verse, and I was like, I didn't even
Love
think she
that.
would say yes. I know, literally so gorgeous. That song just sounds super upbeat. It's impossible for me to be sad when I listen to it.
Hmm.
And also, I grew up on Monster High. I feel like that is the superior doll brand.
Yes.
Sorry, brats. Love you, but you know, Monster High is a little better.
Yeah. No, I
That one.
agree. And talking about like independent artists and stuff, I know there's always this like talk about like staying independent or being signed with a label. Do you have like a path in mind? Like, do you want to keep being independent or like potentially would you want to like sign with a label?
Label that I'm at right now, our little independent label EOI, I really would want the label as a whole to grow to be a
Hmm.
bigger label so I can stay underneath this label
Yeah.
because all these people are really talented and great and understanding and it's really comfortable to work with the people here.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like low key bigger like labels kind of scare me. The idea of getting signed to like Republic scares me or like
Hmm.
Interscope or like or TDE like these like I don't know. I just feel like the stigma around big labels low key is just scary. But if I were to get a very very good deal like somehow and it was like too good to pass up like it was reasonable, like everything worked out. I'd probably go, but I'd ask to take the people here with me, be like, can I
Yeah.
go with the same people? Because I don't know. So it's either we all go up together, or if I go up, I'm taking them with me. So
Yeah.
regardless, I'm gonna be with the same people. I already know it.
Yeah, for sure. We spoke about this a little bit, but we were talking about like Santi and Henry both being like very big parts in like this project as well. How has it been to like have like your boyfriend as like a part of the project as well? Because I know like sometimes people are like either shy to show like their partner their stuff or like just want something for themselves, but he's like a very big part of it. And like I said, I see him promoting it everywhere and everything, and he's also also in the industry. So how has that been for you?
Yeah, I definitely can agree. Sometimes showing him stuff kind of scares me because, he is my boyfriend, so I definitely talk about my relationship in my music,
Hmm.
so it's kind of it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I think the same goes with when it comes to showing Henry something. I feel the same way about showing Santi something because they're such good friends that I know
Yeah.
that even if Henry's not in the room and I'm showing Santi a new song, I know Santi's gonna be like, "Oof,
Yeah.
this is about her boyfriend," and it's just I don't know. But I feel like if the song is good enough, in my opinion, I've always kept this in mind while I'm like writing. If the song's good
Yeah.
enough, it really doesn't matter what I'm talking about if you can't ignore how good the song is. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I do get embarrassed for like the first 20 minutes of like a session trying to show them a new song, but then like and I get over it, you know. You gotta get over it at a certain point.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm very, very, very happy and grateful and glad that he could be a part of this process and he can help me and that I can help him. And it's like really it's something really fun to like be in our free time and I'm just like, ooh, I want to write a song. He's like, okay, I'll go over here and I'll make a song too. And it's like we're never like neglecting one for like the
Yeah.
music because we're both doing it together. So I
Hmm.
think it's really nice. I like it.
Yeah. No, that sounds so fun. And do you have any plans to potentially like do live shows or anything like that? Like, is something that you want to do?
Yes, 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 yes. I was just asked this literally the other day, like a couple times by a couple people. They're like, "So when are you gonna like play? When am I gonna hear you? When are you when?" And I'm working on it. I'm working on new music first that I'm gonna try to get out before, you know, doing
Hmm.
a little show. So there's this thing that my studio does, and it's called Acoustic Haven, where it's kind of like our version of Tiny Desk.
Okay.
It's like a little live show. Some people come in and it's super fun. We've had two so far this year that are gonna come out. I don't know. I don't know how much I can say. That's why I'm like looking up because I'm like, I don't know how much I can say. But I will tell you one thing is that I will have one at the end of the year. I'm gonna be doing
That's
one.
exciting.
And it's gonna be super cute, super girly, super pink, super slay. We're gonna like it. We're gonna love it. Hmm.
Yeah. Are you like nervous for that? Because I mean, you've already been on stage in some capacity, like at Maggie's shows and stuff, but are you nervous to like be the like main attention person and like having everyone look at you and like sing in front of everyone?
I'm actually terrified. I'm actually super scared. Not because like I don't think I can do well.
Hmm.
I don't really worry. A lot that makes me feel better about it is like, oh, it's my own song. So if I
Yeah.
want to add like a little twist to it or if I want to tweak it to make it a little I can do
Hmm.
it because it's my song, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's also the scary part is that like it's my song. So if it goes wrong, it's my song. Like it's not like kind of the same as when I did perform with Maggie, it was kind of like somebody else's song that I learned a
Yeah.
little too, and I like kind of had to do it the same way. So it was a little bit easier, whereas though this is gonna be like fully on me. But I feel like as scared as I am, I'm way more hyped for like my sister, my mom being there, my friends. They're just gonna
Hmm.
be enough to even if there's only like three people there, if those three people are giving me the same energy, it's gonna be great. And
Exactly.
I'm gonna be hyped. Like, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited because I know they'll come through for me.
Yeah. I love that. So the last part of the podcast, I asked people on Instagram to ask you questions, and I picked two of my favorite ones. So the first one is, do you have any advice for someone who is starting to create their own music?
Yes, I do. Something I wish I would have known is probably that it's okay for it to it's trial and error.
Hmm.
Lots of trial and error because the first like five songs that I ever made, I remember. They did not sound anything like I sound now. Like I feel like I had to get comfortable with my voice, get comfortable with how I like to sound, and I'm still learning that to this day. I don't really think that's ever gonna change because I'm always gonna find new things I want to do, or I'm probably gonna want to switch up
Yeah.
genres sometime. Like I'm just always gonna want to try something new, but trial and error is super important, and you should not feel embarrassed during the trial and error because everyone's still going through trial and error. Like even the biggest
Yeah.
artists are still going through trial and error. So
Oh, 100%.
yeah. Probably that. Don't be embarrassed.
Awesome.
It's okay. We're all
Yeah.
doing this together.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, like you're doing it and you're putting yourself out there, and that's what matters.
Yeah. As long as you like it, that's literally all that matters. It does not matter if somebody else doesn't. Even if one person doesn't like it, it doesn't matter. If like 500 people
Exactly.
don't like it, doesn't matter. If you like it, that's all that matters.
100%. And the last question is, who would you want to open for on tour?
Oh, this is the best question ever. Oh my goodness. I have a couple. Can I say a couple? Do I have to say one or
Yes.
a couple?
You could say a
Okay.
couple.
Uh, Probably right now, Orion's Sun is literally I don't- I love Orion Sun. I would be honored. I literally went to their show not that long ago on this most recent tour, I think. And I was
Hmm.
at the LA show and I was like first in line. And I was just waiting there and I was like, I'm manifesting it's going to happen one day.
It
Like I
will.
know it's going to happen, and I'm super excited for when it does. Because like,
Hmm.
oh my goodness, obviously Orion's son, Raven Lene. I would literally like, I would do anything. Actually, I would do anything to open for Raven Lene. I'm gonna say, you know what? I know the genres aren't the same, but just because I think it would be such like a full circle in a way kind of moment. Maggie, girl, if you ever need me, you already know what I bring.
Honestly, I feel like she would be so down for that.
I actually I hope I would be so honored to do that. I honestly like one of my big goal, if not the big goal for me right now, I'd really like to go on tour with an artist, like to open for them because
Hmm.
just the opportunity, like the thought of like, okay, I know they're here to see somebody else, but I can make that impression to make
Yeah.
them come for me next time. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm just so ready. Like that opportunity, guys, Orion, Raven, Maggie, like my line is open. Please, like
Yeah, no, and I feel like people sleep on openers so much. Like there's been times where I'm like, I don't even know who this opener is, but I'm just gonna go because I feel like you should support them. But like,
exactly.
yeah,
People
like I
get
hate
like
people that like
right
are like, oh, I'm gonna
beneath
skip the
themselves.
opener, or they're like talking during the entire opener. It makes me so mad. But there's been some people that like I went and I had no idea who they were, and after that I listen to them like all the time now.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I last time I went to see Maggie, I think Tupor opened for her. I had never heard of Tupor like ever in my life.
Hmm.
I was sitting there in the crowd. I was like, I love Tupor. Like I was literally
Yeah.
singing the producer tag after that. Like me and my friends and my boyfriend, we were hyped for Tupor. Like let me
No,
just
it's
say.
true.
And there were people who weren't showing up until right before Maggie came on, and I was like, y'all are tripping. Don't sleep on Tupor.
No,
That's all I.
literally. Like, don't sleep on the openers because honestly, our favorite artists and the bigger ones at one point were openers as well. So like you just gotta support them all because at the end of the day, it's just music and it doesn't matter how many streams or like followers they have. Like if their stuff's good, their stuff's good.
Yeah, that is true. Very true. I agree.
Yes. Well, that's all I had for you today. So thank you so much again for coming on and sharing all this. Before you leave, do you want to shout out any of your socials, where people can find you, where they can listen to your music?
It's all KYIEMA. All my socials are KYIEMA with an extra A. I think my Instagram's the only one with an extra A, actually. I just lied. I'm sorry. Any other social is just KYIEMA. There's Hold Me Softly, vinyl and CD, very limited until, of course, there's something called a deluxe. I don't really know what that's called, but I heard when it comes out that there's gonna be like vinyl and CD and signed and what? I don't even know what I'm saying. Literally, it makes no sense. Like, literally, go stream Hold Me Softly because everyone wants to be held. Like, come on now. Like, just go
Exactly.
do it. Like, I don't know who's talking. Somebody just told me that. I
I
don't
love
know.
that. Awesome. Well, thank you so much again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is like so fun. This is brand new for me. I've never experienced this before. I love it though.
You're gonna do so much more.
Thank you. Thank you.